Welcome to a long series of me going through all the screenshots in my phone of things that I have said, oh, I need to make a TikTok on that over the last month, and I never did. So yeah, I'm just gonna get into it. I don't know how many parts this is gonna be. We will see. This is an article that I wanted to outline showing America's top climate villains, the Dirty Dozen. The article talks about how we've been gaslit to think that the climate crisis is our fault and our individual actions can actually make meaningful change, when it is actually the elite that are the biggest perpetrators of climate damage. Working and middle class people must stop blaming themselves for the climate crisis. Instead, it's time to band together to seek justice and hold these profiteers accountable. So who are they? I didn't know this guy. Mike Wirth. He's the chairman of the board and the CEO of Chevron, a company which has the highest total carbon emissions of any private company worldwide. As they do, he's attempted to greenwash the situation to basically deny climate change and downplay his own company's involvement in climate change and greenhouse gas emissions. He also sits on the board of the American Petroleum Institute, which is an oil industry trade group with a long track record of spreading climate denial and delaying legislative efforts to curb carbon emissions. Brings us to this guy. They're calling him the ringleader, Darren Woods, who's the chairman of the board and CEO of Exxon. So even though Exxon was one of the first oil companies to become aware of the existence of climate change, more than 40 years ago, they spent millions of dollars spreading climate denial propaganda, while simultaneously contributing the fourth largest amount of carbon emissions of any investor-owned company in the world. He makes more than $20 million a year, so he's already sold his soul. He doesn't give a shit about the environment or any of us, or mere peasants, right? And that brings us to the enabler, Jamie Dimon, the CEO of Chase Bank. JP Morgan Chase has provided $317 billion in fossil fuel financing, which is 33% more than any other bank. When asked if they were going to still lend to oil and gas despite the climate crisis, they said it's a huge business for us and that's going to be the case for decades to come. Eat the rich.